Hey guys, how's it going? Kind of making this video because I look for a lot of videos on YouTube when I'm doing stuff or when I'm trying to change something, and sometimes I don't find what I'm looking for. So I don't know. I thought I'd make this one talk about some of my projects I got going on, and what I'm doing right now. Doing a little work on the Razor, doing a little maintenance on her, putting some new axles, brakes, wheel bearings, all the goodies. But the regular cab turbo Silverado truck, and I built this whole thing I bought it as a $300 beat up work truck, man, and it's just turned into this whole thing. But it started out, I had a cheap off-brand Borg Warner style s475 turbo, and it took a crap the other day. Well, I stuck it back together, but the bearings inside the turbo are done. Started making a little bit of noise, so I took it apart to find out what the issue is. But this turbo is like a standard s475, the 75 millimeter 88 millimeter turbine with the 132 AR, and it's a fun truck. It's a blast to drive, but it does take a second for it to get up into boost. You know, I mean, when you get out there on the road and take off, it's kind of slow going, and then it lights, and it's a lot of fun. But I've kind of been wanting to put a little bit smaller turbo on it, so I've been doing a lot of research and looking up different videos of what different guys are running. A lot of guys, you know, they always run the 76 or the 78, 75, that kind of stuff. Well, I kind of wanted to stick with that same S400 frame just because everything I have here, I won't have to redo anything. So it'll just bolt right in. And I'll tell you what I ended up buying. I ordered a genuine Borg Warner S475, but instead of and it's still a T6 because I've got a T6 housing set up on this already. But instead of the 88 millimeter turbine, it's got an 83 millimeter turbine and a 110 AR housing. So, and still a 75 millimeter compressor wheel on it. So kind of the same thing, but smaller AR and a smaller turbine wheel. So I'm hoping genuine Borg Warner, so it should work a lot better than that. The off-brand Chinese Nagasaki noisy boy that was on there. Well, it should be here in a couple days, and I actually only had this thing to the track one time this year because I just got it done earlier this year, and I just kind of been enjoying it, taking it out, having fun with it. And took it to the track one time, and it is still four-wheel drive. So that's the super cool thing about it. The four-wheel drive launches are a blast. Took it to the track, and I only got, I think, 3 passes that day. But the best time on the third pass was a 7:56 in the 8th mile with was it a 132 60 foot, which wasn't terrible, but it just takes a lot for that big turbo to get up into boost. And I'm really hoping switching to this genuine Borg Warner with the smaller AR and the 83 millimeter turbine wheel, that we'll see the boost a little quicker, and it won't be so sluggish off the line and really light up a lot sooner. So that'll be here in a couple days, and I'm gonna put this thing all back together, and hopefully we'll take her for a little rip and see what she does. And here's a little bit about the truck. So it's a 2003 regular cab short bed Silverado with just the the 5.3 that was in it. And I took the whole motor apart. It still has the, you know, stock crank, stock rods, stock pistons. I put good bearings in it, new cam bearings. It's got a high volume oil pump in it. It's got Morel lifters, hardened push rods from BTR, double beehive springs, the training upgrade rockers. I gapped the rings at 28 and 30 thousandths. It's got a BTR stage 2 turbo cam. Holley high-rise intake with fuel rails, and it's got Holley 76-pound injectors in it. Aeromotive fuel cell in the bed with 8AN lines for the return and the feed, with an Aeromotive boost reference fuel pressure regulator. Motion Raceworks Icon throttle body. I built the whole hot side out of the factory exhaust, so that's literally the passenger manifold just turned upside down, and this was the factory Y that was under the truck. You can see where I cut it and fabbed it all together. And then this was another piece that was on the crossover, and I just cut it at a couple different times, welded it back together so that it would work, and a V-band flanged it. And it's ran on a Holley Terminator X Max. It's got a built 4L80 in it with a 3800 Circle D stall with a transfer case out of a Duramax. Still has the stock front diff and the stock rear axle. It's got the Pro Dash in it, 12-inch Pro Dash, or 12.3 Pro Dash, whatever it is. Four-wheel drive shifter on the floor. Just got Race Star wheels on it, and these are the 315 5017s on the back. And I did the 265 45 20s on the front because the outside circumference of the tire, I believe it's 29.4 on both of these. So four-wheel drive still works perfect. Like I said, this truck's been a blast. It was a project that wasn't really planned. It just kind of turned into what it is. But I love this truck, man. I drive the crap out of it every day after work. I always got to find a reason to go to town for something. And this is what I primarily drive when I get off work and get home. I mean, it's just a blast, man. It's so much fun. And obviously, I did repaint the truck. I repainted this thing in here, but the front bumper is one of those cheap SS bumpers off Amazon that comes wadded up in a box. You kind of got to manipulate it a little bit to make it pretty, but once you get it to stay where you want it, it turned out really good. Had to put rockers on it, cab corners, and the patch panels, you know, that were on the bedsides go in there. They were completely gone. If you guys want to see some photos of this thing of when I got it, I can dig some up and post those to a video also. I did end up buying different doors because the bottoms on the other ones were just gone. The whole inside of this was just completely gone. And I was able to find these doors for a decent price. I think I paid like $75 for this one and $50 for the one on the other side that were pretty much rust free. I mean, there might be a bubble or two in them, but nothing like, I mean, you could stick your hand through the other doors. And it's got a 5.7 drop on it with a C-notch. And I've got tons of pictures from when I was building this thing, and I can go back through and I could try to put some of those pictures together to show you guys kind of how this goes and a lot of stuff you got to do to make it work. And I did put a roll pan on the back, and I welded this one in. I smoothed it all out, so I didn't like the idea of having that seam in there. So I just welded it all in there, and I think it turned out pretty decent. I'm really happy with the way that it looks. Hey guys, next day, turbo just got delivered, just got dropped off. It's a rainy day, so sorry about a little bit of the noise from the shop. Figured I'd do a little unboxing on it. See what we got here. Should be quite an upgrade from the Chinese version, which was too big for what we were doing anyway. Ooh, a box in a box. It's my favorite. New gaskets, that's good. Oh, I'm gonna set it on the bench. I'll move you guys over here. Nice. Oh, heck yeah. Here, I'll hold this other AR housing up here so you guys can kind of see the difference of this. I think it's quite a bit different. Like I said, this is still a Borg Warner s475, but this is the 110 AR housing versus the 132 AR housing that I had on it. Which, like I said, it ran great. I mean, for just getting it done and having fun with it this past year, but just really laggy getting up into the boost before it really lit and pulled really hard. So I'm thinking this is going to make a humongous difference on that. It should light a lot faster and jump into boost a lot quicker. And I got a new turbo mount for it too, so got to fab up that on there. I think I'm going to do a little time lapse putting it in there, and yeah, get her in, fire it up, go for a ride. Oh, and I got something else too in this box. So just standard Borg Warner s475 housing. Well, when I was ordering it, I can't pass up a good deal, and it was on sale, so I bought this. I haven't seen it yet in person, so we'll see what it looks like together. It's another housing, but the race housing for it. So like the T51R mod, except it's not smooth, so I don't even know if that's what it's called, but I thought it looked pretty sweet, so I figured I'd just get it and throw it on there. And it was on sale. Shoo, buddy. All right, we got the new turbo sitting in there. Everything went together like it should have, like I thought it would, since it's still an S400 frame. I didn't know if it would be any smaller here or which way or not, whether my exhaust would still go in there the way I had it set up for the other one, but went together great. I got my new turbo mount sitting down there, so now I gotta put a little bracket down there on the frame and bring a tube up and weld it all together. Well, tack it together, take it out, weld it all up, put it back in, and we should be good to go. And I just got the cheap junky boost controller thing on it right now, and I actually have a Mac valve I'm gonna set up on this once we get it all going and get it tuned up for this guy.
20 years ago. All right. Back on the road we go.
All right, guys, a couple weeks since I got the new turbo on and got some wiring stuff done. I switched all the turbo control from that manual boost controller to a Mac valve and got it all wired in, set up in the computer. I've been working with this remote tuner, Turbo Joe, and he's getting this thing pretty dialed in for me. We still have some tuning to do on it. He's a little busy right now, and it's cold as hell here anyway, but I'm itching to drive it, so I figured we'd do a cold start. I'm gonna run it outside, we'll let her warm up, and then go for a little cruise in it and see what she feels like. Not a bad cold start. We'll get her backed outside so she can warm up. Put a little bit of a chop tune in it, make it sound nasty, you know, cruising through the parking lots and stuff, but it only is in effect in like 1, 2, and 3, neutral and park, so it's not in reverse. It does happen in neutral, and then fourth it doesn't do it, but in third it comes back. So it's kind of neat if you want it to sound real nasty when you're cruising through a parking lot or something. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I still got some tuning left to do on the truck. But since the last video, or the last drive that I took it on, the weather kind of went to crap. So all kinds of snow, super cold outside, not good, regardless that it's 4-wheel drive. So, and if you guys want to see more, I didn't really start taking videos. I wish I would have when I was building this, but I've got all kinds of photos, and I could make a video with photos and talk about everything that I did to build this truck, because this truck got built in this shop basically right where it sits. And it rolled in here as a $300 beat up farm truck. I mean, it was rough, and that's what we got now. Turned out awesome. But if you guys want to know more about it, I can make another video about everything that it took to get it to where it's at now and everything that's in it. So leave a comment, and if that's what you guys want to see, that's what I'll do. Thanks. See you later.